Hey guys, what's going on? It's Loza, just back from locals. I did, of course, play the Dark Magician Red Eyes Dragoon deck. What I really liked about the locals was it's the new format where Kashtira is the best deck and there's a lot of branded fusion. That feels a lot better to verse than Tira Element Shizu. Let me tell you that. DM's getting banished a bit less. There's still Bestials in a lot of branded builds, but you know what? We can take that over the Ishizu cards being everywhere. So get into the main side and extra deck, but most importantly, we're going to be doing changes in this video for the current format. So stick around till the end if you want to see everything. This is going to be the deck profile now, but yeah, the deck profile will change. We're going to try to lay out everything right in front of your eyes, my beautiful Terriermon Field Center. So starting off, 2DM, he is the main guy of the deck. Unfortunately, like, you just don't really want to play 3 because he's kind of just a brick now. So, big soz DM, but you're going to get played at 2. Let's put him all the way up here. Now the beautiful boy, the pretty boy, the boy everyone loves to see in their hand. Illusion of Chaos helps you put those bricks back in the deck and allows you to just find the card you're missing, find that piece you're missing. Unfortunately, it's once per turn, so if you open more than one, it's a bit unfortunate. Part of the reason why we're playing just the 2 there, and we're playing Prep to search it, which you'll find a little bit later on in the build. But yeah, stick around for that. Triple Magician Souls. This is the optimal card to grab off your Illusion of Chaos most of the time. Sometimes you want to grab this beautiful boy down here, but we'll get to that after. Souls is just like the #1 DM card because it's an extender and it's also just not. The main purpose of this card is to get DM in the grave and then send some of your duplicate spell traps off to the grave to draw some more. The best targets that you can send to draw, unfortunately, stuff like Navigation, which we're not playing, but Soul Servant's also a pretty good send if you do need to do that as well. Moving on to our normal summon, it's the beautiful Rod. Now, Magician's Rod at 3, you love to see it, so you're just going to play it at 3. The reason we play these at 3 and not like 2 is because you really need to open one of these and then Illusion of Chaos to get the second one. So you just want to max on these because you really do need to see them together to get your stuff going. When Anaconda was legal, is more important, but we still play some Link 2s you can go into. But honestly, I didn't have a hand today where I had both. It was either one or the other, or just a single Illusion of Chaos, or double Illusion of Chaos, unfortunately. But yeah, that's all right. All right, 1 Timaeus, the bricky boy. It's just not what we need. If you read the new Ecclesia, well, it's not Ecclesia, but the new, I'll have it pop up on screen. It's basically their version of Timaeus, but it's a level 4 tuner spellcaster, which means they can play around village, but also it specials itself for free if there's Albaz around, which is just infinitely better than Timaeus. Like, I'm like, why couldn't he do that? But then it also adds itself back to hand from grave if it was used for a fusion summon that turn. So I'm like, once again, why can't Timaeus do that? But anyway, we did it. We played him. We played the best boy. We played 1 Magikaribo. And look, I'm going to be honest, this is probably one of the cards that's it's going to get cut straight away because it was cute, and it's probably the best DM card to discard off Dragoon that isn't Soul Servant, but it's really just not that great, but it's very cute, and I do love Magikaribo, but he's not that great. Getting to the bricky engine of the Red Eyes engine, we've got 2 vanilla Red Eyes. Yep. But this is from, remember, this is from the format where if we milled one of the Red Eyes, we were screwed. So we've also got the Wyvern there, and I think you know why the Wyvern's there. And if you don't, you're about to. The previous format had Kashtira and the Ishizu cards, no, sorry, not Kashtira, Tira and the Ishizu cards everywhere, and your Red Eyes could get milled from the top, and then all your refs were dead. Which is a big problem in a deck where ref is kind of our main play. So then we have triple insight, and we do have triple ref, which if you followed me before, you would know is no surprise. This is the strongest Dark Magician fusion spell, and it always will be. I understand it's a Red Eyes card, and I understand people don't like playing it, but guess what? It's good, and you kind of got to play it. It's kind of like if you could use Branded Fusion in your deck, and it made your deck really good. You'd play 3 Branded Fusion, you wouldn't argue about it, you'd just play it, right? Kind of the same thing here. Red Eyes Fusion, very good card. Yes, it's a Red Eyes card. Does it summon a Dark Magician monster? Yes, it does. It is the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. It's mainly a Dark Magician monster more than a Red Eyes monster. Yes, the Red Eyes Fusion spell is technically a better way to summon it, but it's our fusion monster. And that is proof because it's Dark Magician and 1 Red Eyes or a Dragon effect. So it's optional, you know? The Red Eyes is optional. The DM is not. Anyway, the main play is Insight to send the Wyvern to grave for cost, and then you can add yourself a Red Eyes Fusion. It's also very good Ash bait to play that Insight out first. If you have both of these in hand, very good to start with. This just scope if they've got the Ash. Smart people won't ash this anyway, and they'll wait and ash the ref, but it's still a nice thing to have. This package goes very well with Call by the Grave to negate that ash, so you can ensure that your Goonie Boy is hitting the field. Double prep, you can play 3, but if you need the space, double prep is just fine. I'm going to put them slightly off camera. Let me try and move them on. But yeah, I really like Preparation of Rites. The main reason we play prep and not like 3 copies of Illusion of Chaos, because I've had some people try to tell me they don't like prep or they think prep's bricky, which you got to disagree. You got to disagree. The reason prep is good is you activate 1 and you grab Illusion of Chaos, and if you've got the second one in the hand, well, you're fine, because now this is an Illusion of Chaos, and I can grab Magician's Souls thanks to that Illusion of Chaos, right? And then I can send this prep for draws, right? That's the main reason why it's good, because obviously opening 3 Illusion of Chaos is trash, and opening 3 prep is much, much, much better. So you can make an argument to play 3, as I said, but once again, I'm just going to be playing the 2 and the 2. I think that's a nice ratio if you need the main deck room for other things, which I think I definitely do in this build. Next, we've got some draw cards, the only ones DM can really play. So we've got the Upstart Goblin, and we've got a double Allure of Darkness here. Now, a lot of the cards in this deck are dark, besides the Wyve, and everything else here is dark, so very easy to get some cheeky draws off with that boy right there. We've got the 1 Terraforming. Now, Terraforming's good because we're able to grab Village, which wins some matchups. It's like we have 2 copies of Village, but we've also got the Salvation, which of course is going to get us that Eternal Soul for later. So that's always good, and it's a good card to send with Timaeus to summon him, or to send with Magician's Souls for some free draws, because we are not playing the DMG in this build. Instead, we've opted for a second Red Eyes, but going forward, I think I'm going to drop the second Red Eyes because of the current format. Next, we've got Circle. Circle's a good card at 1 or 2, but not really anymore. You want to combo it with this next card, which is the Soul Servant. If you open Circle and the Soul Servant, you're able to confirm your Salvation, which means you've confirmed your Eternal Soul, which is really nice. So ideally, you want to open this card because Soul Servant's strictly way better than Circle. It's the best DM spell, I want to say. I don't think that's a stretch. It can potentially draw us 4 cards, but it probably won't. In this build, it can only draw you 1 because we're only playing 1 DM. We're running out of room here, but we're going to put Secrets of Dark Magic all the way down here. Secrets is good because you can fuse into your Dragoon if you happen to open too many bricks. You can also fuse into any of the other DM fusions we're playing, which is going to be the Dark Magicians, Master of Chaos, and Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. We play the 1 Eternal Soul because 1's normally enough, and this format's fairly quick. The zones get locked out if you're playing second, so it's fine. Just play the 1. Salvation will get you this card as well, so you're kind of playing 2 copies without having to play 2, which is really nice. Plus, you can send this for draws or the Timaeus, like I mentioned. So, Salvation does have its place in the deck. It just could have been way, way, way better, in my opinion. But anyway, we're going to finish up with double Skill Drain, double Gozen, because we like Floodgates, and Unga Bunga is good. So this is what the main deck is looking like. It is a perfect 40 cards. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. We're going to leave it on the table so I can make some changes to it a bit later. But let's go over the extra deck real quick. There is a blank sleeve here, but that is just a 3rd copy of Dragoon because Kashtira will try to rip Dragoon from you. I just haven't got that off my friend just yet, but I will get it soon. But anyway, triple Dragoon is going to be our start to the extra deck. I'm just going to have to take these off the screen, but that's okay. So triple Dragoon to start off. From there, we've got Artemis. It's like our Link 1 little package going on here. Nope, that's it. We've just got Artemis, which is going to help you link away that rod and regain resources by recycling the rod. I'm Duck, which lets you link away your DM so you can recycle it with the Circle Eternal Soul standard DM triangle combo, and Relinquish Anima to make your Magician's Soul just a little bit more threatening going second. Of course, that means you're not activating Ref, but you can potentially bait a negate with it. Then we've got the Link 2s that we play because we don't have Anaconda, so one of the plays you can do going first is go into IP Masquerena, and then on the opponent's turn, activate Eternal Soul, summon out DM. Hopefully you got Circle, get a Banish. You can chain your IP at a later time to go into Unicorn. It barely ever comes up, but I thought I'd try it, and it didn't come up today, but that's okay. This package will come up a little more. It didn't come up today, but it normally does. Going second, this can be a very good altar play when you get negated, whether you're trying to do some other things and whatnot. But if you can get to 2 monsters on the field, you can go into Dark, go into Selene, go into your access code, and normally pop a bunch of things on the field. And what's important to know is obviously that's a dark and that's a light, so it's only 2 pops. But on the way climbing up, you're normally going to summon with the Selene, you're going to summon out DM. 1, because you could trigger your Circle, but 2, you can link it into the I'm Duck or the Link Spider and Link Spider's Earth, while I'm Duck is Wind. So there's another chance for some more pops if you need the extra pops. If you don't need the extra pops, obviously you can just summon back anything and just go up to your access code. But that's how you can get a third pop if necessary, because a lot of the links in here are dark or light otherwise, which these guys already kind of are. And the last cards are... Oh, I have a Link Spider in here as well. Well, there you go. I missed that. But yep, there's a Link Spider in there. And then we've got Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, Master of Chaos, and the Dark Magicians. These cards barely get summoned. The reason being is Dragon Knight you only want if you've got Circle and you've got Eternal Soul already. And then you kind of want to be protecting like a Gozen as well, or Village. But then if you have Village, you need a Spellcaster, and for some reason they made this a freaking dragon. So go figure. This card's still good, but it's only good in certain scenarios, and you still lose to evenly matched. And that feels really fucking bad. But, you know, we can play it. We can play it for the lock. Master of Chaos is really good if you open Illusion of Chaos, and one of these two going second can actually produce an OTK that, you know, forces your opponent to respond, or you have about 9 to 10k worth of damage on the field. Now, obviously, that's assuming they have no monsters on field, so that's kind of like a cheeky OTK if they've bricked. This card's other purpose, like wiping the field, never really comes up because other cards just do it better, or you get negated on your way to it, or it just gets negated once you get there. So the Banish the Field effect is not that relevant in my opinion. I know a lot of people think it's broken, but it just doesn't really come up, and it will just get negated on the way there. Probably one of the most overhyped DM fusions. Yes, this card can create some sort of infinite value in a vacuum, but there's not a game against a decent player or a meta player where this is lasting long. And I don't mean like it's going to get popped and you're going to get to summon DM and DMG. You'll notice I'm not playing DMG because it's not really worth it. When this card gets popped, it's normally not popped. It's normally shuffled back into the deck with Unicorn because, you know, smart players will read your cards. It's normally banished face down, banished face up. They can remove it from the field in ways in which it won't summon DM and DMG. And that just proves my point once again that this card really should be a couple of things. And one of those is it should identify as Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the field. But alas, it does not. And two, it should be like a contact fusion, to be honest. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. We'll go on to the side deck, which will probably change as well, but we're mainly just going to talk about main deck changes today. Dark Magic Attack was really good against Trap Trick today. It's just a good side card because board wipe Lameo. Lightning Storm in the same boat, but obviously these two aren't searchable, but it's kind of like I've got 3 copies of, you know, back row removal, and one of them's highly searchable. Change of Heart, good because you can still ref with Change of Heart, and that's the same with these cards. You can still ref and use them, so it's very good for baiting response, or just getting opponent's monster for free and using it to attack as well. Second copy of Village, so this with the terraforming in the village makes a third copy technically. I'm thinking of I think we put another one in because Branded is everywhere. And unless they see their new Fusion Tuner lady, who's a spellcaster, I've forgotten her name. It's kind of like Ecclesia, but not quite. Unless they see her, you know, they're crying to that card. Magic Formula, Win in Time. I have won a locals game because of this bad boy in time, so you do love to see it. Triple Judgment, I only ever side this in when it's close to time. I don't know why. I need to stop. And just... It's obviously very good when playing first, but it did stop a Duster today, so I gotta say, it's well worth it. You gotta side it in game 2, but like, when you got plenty of time, right? Don't be losing to that cheeky timer, it's rough. Imperm, this could honestly be anything else. It's definitely good to play Nibiru going forward, so probably going to be looking into that, but it might be in the main. And this card is pretty much an MVP, except today it didn't matter because I got super polyed. But Swords of Concealing Light normally just fixes everything. It's Dark Ruler no more, but for this deck, because you combo it with Ref and you just win the game. Against Sword Soul and sometimes Branded, they just can't do anything. Flip all this stuff face down, they either have to use their negates now and their fusion cards now, or they just... I mean, they can use their fusion cards later, but you get what I mean. Like, you're forcing them into an unideal situation. You're turning Mirror Jade off and whatnot. And this is also just very good against Sword Soul matchups and just other decks that don't really have links. And I guess that's kind of what the Imperms are there for. If you're versing like a more link-heavy deck, you'll just go for the Imperm to get that negation bait off. Now, you're not going to use the Imperm normally as like a normal trap. You're going to hold it for your turn before you want to start comboing or just going into for your ref. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Now let's talk about changes going forward. If Ash picks up a bit more, which I think it will with Branded Fusion being meta, And well, branded being meta, Crossout's always a really good card to play. Got my playset of Rivalry here too, which can be very nifty and act as other copies of Gozen. So what I might do is like a nice 2-2-2 split, something like this. That could work really nice. Of course, this does turn off stuff like Tamias, but I think it's relatively fine. I think in a build with the Rivalry, you'd just cut the Tamias, but of course it does make some of your extra deck a bit weird to access, but I think that's okay. Linkaribo is always a good link to play in the extra deck, making Souls into a defensive card. Plus, if you use the draw effect with Magician Souls and Linkaribo's in your grave, you can tribute the Souls and summon the Linkaribo, and then the draws will resolve. Especially if you're under skill drain, you can do that to get free draws. That's kind of nice. I do have that third Illusion of Chaos, but I don't really think it's necessary. It can be good though. It can be good. Here's a card that could be very interesting to verse the branded decks, and that's going to be the triple Super Poly. And then some targets to go with that. We've got not Nightmare Phoenix, but you know what? Nightmare Phoenix could be okay too. But of course, Mud Dragon and Starving Venom are always good starts. And we've got your boy Garura, so there's plenty of generic targets right there. So yeah, Super Poly Engine could be really nice. Of course, I just got random stuff like a third copy of Prep, but I think I'm more than happy with my 2 right now. DMG, which it feels kind of bad right now, but you know what? I kind of want to cut this second Red Eye, so I'm probably gonna... I don't know if I'll do it for DMG, but I'll probably... Like, I'd rather play this Prep here than a second Red Eyes right about now. Evenly matched. I don't know where my other copies have gone, but evenly matched could always be good because, you know, card is just pretty damn good. Feck Veilers could also be nice. I'm not too sure if I want to play them. I think what I'd prefer to play is my Nibiru when I find them. What I really want to play is these 2 Anaconda right here, but you know, we can't be doing that, Yugs. I think instead of Magikaribo, it'll be better to play the Apprentice. Magikaribo was dumb, like I'm not going to play it again, but it was good to play it once and kind of get it out of my system, and I can say to people now, like, I've played Magikaribo, like, it was shit. Please don't do it. It's a good meme, and that's about it. He's very cute, and that's about it. But here's a card that I definitely recommend for this format. It's very good for cash. It's very good for branded. If you take anything from this video, it's that probably play 1 Red Eyes, no Magikaribo, let's put a Nibiru there, and if I had to cut another card off the top of my head... I mean, this does contradict Gozen, though. That's kind of a bit of an issue, but I guess this is more for going second. So you know what? I'd say put this in the side. We'll deal with the main cards a little bit later. But yeah, definitely side this. This is 100% going straight in the side. BLS card kind of good, but sometimes hard to make. But you can make it. You can make it. Can win you some matchups. Nadir / Dogmatica engine with your Fleur and Ecclesia there could be really nice. Just being able to use Nadir again is really good because we're in a format where the graveyard isn't just going to get nuked every turn, so could be good, could be good. But I think a second village would be really nice this format as well. If I had to make changes to this deck right now, I'd probably just go with the third Prep over the Red Eyes and the village over the Magikaribo. I think that already increases this deck a fair bit. Another card you could put in is Magical Eyes, but of course it's unsearchable with Anaconda being banned, so it's a bit of a yikes. But yeah, I'll be changing this deck up more in future. This is more an experimental video to see what's working for you guys in this format, so let me know down in the comments, and we'll keep experimenting with this stuff. But anyway, this is my locals deck profile. It's a bit of a yikes, but you know, it was from last format, and I just wanted to see how it did today, and we went 2-2. Losing to branded, beating branded, losing to branded, and then beating Trap Trick. So a lot of branded, but there's also a lot of cash. So hopefully we verse some cash next time just to see what they do. And there's even a ninja player at my local. So a lot of stuff I'm hoping to verse. And once again, the main takeaway is probably this is going to be good in the format. So we really want to be playing this. It's going to go straight in my side deck. Can out the cash board, can out the branded board. Like, it's just good. It's just good. Play the rock, fellas. Play the rock. Anyway, I'm going to catch you guys later. Hopefully you play the balls. All right, see ya.